Hi there, I am Savvy Sybil of Integra Vest Wealth Advisor. And today I want to give you 5 tips to start off the year 2025. Firstly, emergency savings. Let's talk about emergency savings. Typically, emergency savings is anywhere from 3 to 6 months of expenses. You want to have that to be able to take care of your household, depending on if you're in a single income household or double income household. But sometimes that can seem overwhelming, and so we decide we'll wait until a better time. Well, the best time to start is now. So if you could start at $1,000, so the goal is to get up to $1,000 for an emergency. And then from there, you can grow to 3 to 6 months emergency. That $1,000 will get you over just about any emergency you will have. Several years ago, the Federal Reserve Consumer Survey said $750 would do that. But of course, since that time, inflation has hit us. And so now we're saying $1,000 will probably get you through any emergency. So make sure that you do that. And then again, cascade up to your 3 to 6 months emergency savings. Then you at least want to have 12 months of cash equivalent on hand. Right? So after we've gotten to that 6 months, now let's get to 12 months. Let's try to have 12 months of cash equivalent on hand. Why do we want to do that? We want to do that so that should something happen, we would not have to touch our investments. So if we're touching our 401k or our investments, we may cause some type of tax occurrence for us that we weren't anticipating, or we may be tapping those assets in a down market, which means we're buying loss. So try to have 12 months cash equivalent on hand. And if you've already met those savings goals that I spoke of as it relates to emergency savings, now let's build this nest egg of cash, because there's probably going to be some deals made in the market if and when the market does turn. And in that instance, you want to have some cash on hand so you can buy some deals. So remember, cash, cash, cash. We're going to try to get 12 months of cash equivalent. We want to make sure we have this emergency savings. And hey, if the market does go down, we want to be able to buy some deals. We don't want to sell any of our investments because we will be buying losses. All right. So moving right along. If you can pay your mortgage biweekly, some mortgagees will allow that, then please do. Then you're more than likely able to cut the term of your mortgage in half. If in fact you can't do the biweekly payments because the mortgage company will not accept them, then save up, and at the end of the year or either the beginning of the year, go ahead and make one extra payment towards principal, and that will do the same thing. It will help to reduce the term of your mortgage loan. Next, here's something that we all have kind of slept on in this current environment. The market for a lot of real estate has appreciated, and in doing so, the values of our home have gone up. And with that, now our homeowners insurance has gone up, but do we have enough coverage to rebuild our home if in fact our home was to suffer any severe damage such as fire or anything of that nature, tornado, hurricane? Can we rebuild the actual home we're living in? So in addition to the premiums going up because of the value of your home, you also want to make sure that you're covered as it relates to the rebuild value, being able to rebuild your exact home. Have you seen subdivisions where maybe a house or lot was leveled because there was a fire and no one's ever really rebuilt? It's because they probably didn't have enough coverage to rebuild that house in today's market. So make sure that we're checking our insurance policy, one, to make sure the dwelling is covered, all the goods that are inside of it, as well as the rebuild value. So that's a two-part question, and you want to be able to check both of those boxes with your insurance agent. Now, if you're a renter, you need renter's insurance, because if the property that you live in has any type of fire or anything of that nature where there is a catastrophic loss, are your goods covered? Now, if you're in a multifamily apartment, many of them are actually force placing these rental policies if you don't have your own individual rental policy. And if you do have your own individual rental policy, it's possible that you can have your rents reduced because you've shown evidence that you have your own policy and there's no need for them to force place. But if you're renting an individual property from an individual property owner, they may not have required you to have renter's insurance. Should something happen to that property, it's only going to cover the property. It's not going to cover your goods inside of that property. So make sure that you have renter's insurance if you are a renter, whether it's forced placed or you have your individual policy. But savvy people actually get their own individual policy for renters insurance. All right, that's all I have for today. Thank you for tuning in to Savvy Civil at IntegraVest Wealth Advisors. And yeah, follow us, like and share, and subscribe. Thank you.